Hi YouTube. I just wanted to come on and give you guys an update um, from my last video on the pregnancy test. So just because that was just a text update. There was a test that I took in the evening at 12 days past ovulation that I got a nice little faint pink line on, and then I took another test on 13 days past ovulation with first morning urine. And they both look like the test that I posted in my other video. So both of them had a nice faint pink line. They looked about the same. One was the 13 DPO was a little bit darker than the 12 DPO that I took that evening before. So because I had gotten two first response tests that both had faint lines, I really thought, oh, this is it, So I try not to get my hopes up, but of course you can't help it when you see those lines and you're posting the pictures on different forums and everyone agrees, like, yeah, it's a BFP. So there I was with those tests. I tested again at 14 DPO and got another faint line on a first response, but it was lighter than the two before. So that really freaked me out. Most people at that point were encouraging me to get a blood test, but I didn't want to yet because I wanted to wait it out. I thought it still might be too early because my lines were not getting darker. But what happened was I had a really bad toothache yesterday because my wisdom teeth at the bottom are growing inward towards my other molars. So I had some bad toothache yesterday. So I went to the dentist because Tylenol wasn't helping, and I was really eerie about even taking Tylenol because of the prospect of me being pregnant. So the dentist is like, well, we need to get you to an oral surgeon because we'll want to extract, the wisdom tooth that's pushing the molar and then the molar itself because it was also being pushed up and getting damage from it. But they're like, well, we need to, talk to your OB and see what they suggest as far as pain management and things of that nature. So I had no choice but to get a blood test. So I went for a blood test yesterday and I got the results back today, finally. And I was so upset because the nurse took like 20 minutes just to tell me what the results were. So, needless to say, the results came back as I suspected, which was a huge blow to my stomach, as they were negative. So I don't know, it just was such a crush to me. And they're like, well, we're going to call you back later. So I get a call back from the nurse later today. This was all today that I found out those results. So I get a call back from the nurse later today, and she's like, well, I talked to the RE, which, is my reproductive endocrinologist, and she's like, well, we want to do another pregnancy test on you, so just wait it out and see what happens. So if my period starts on its own, they want me to call them. And even if it doesn't, they want me to come back and have a pregnancy test done again by September 20th. And then at that point, if that one is negative, they want me to start on 150 milligrams of Clomid. But let me tell you guys this. I was at work when I got the call from the nurse saying that it was negative. My phone. And it was very close to being lunchtime. So I went to lunch. Well, I went to my car. And let me tell you, I had the biggest breakdown ever, that I've ever had on this whole TTC journey. Because I have never had any lines on a first response before, ever. Usually it's the opposite way. Like, I'll get some faint lines on an internet cheapie, and then I go to test on a first response, and it's like stark white. That's usually what happens. This time it was the other way around. I could barely get anything on the internet cheapie, and then I got a nice, decent enough faint line on a first response. So it was very backwards. But needless to say, I've never gotten anything on those tests. And for me to get them 3 days in a row, and then to be told I'm not pregnant, oh my God, it was just devastating. Like, I seriously broke down in my car And I can't take it anymore, guys. Like, I'm so frustrated and just so heartbroken. And I pray to God, like, really, if it is not for me to have a baby, I don't want one. Like, if that makes sense. Like, I want the desire gone because it's so painful, and it's so, it hurts so much to think you have it and then you don't. And I know many of you know that because a lot of you have gone through miscarriages, have had stillbirths or chemicals, which is maybe what I'm having. But let me just say, Flow still has not came. I haven't had any spotting. I was due front flow yesterday, so I'm just a day late. But but what I was saying, guys, like, I don't know if I'm giving up. I don't know, but you guys know how these moments of getting BFNs at any moment are. Like, it just kills your spirit altogether, and that's what it's done to me. Like, I just really, like, don't want to want something that I can't have. I just think it's totally unfair to me, and to keep going through this pain. Like, if it's just not for me to have kids, I don't want to have that desire to have them. I just want that desire gone because it's such a strong part of me and it consumes me. And like I said, I literally broke down so hard in my car, and just, I don't know who hates me. I don't know what spirit gods up there just have it out for me, but I just feel like it's just so unfair. Like, you see so many, like, undesired pregnancies out there. I'm not trying to be judgmental about anybody. I don't want anybody to have any hurt feelings. But you see so many unwanted pregnancies out there, or people just who should not be having kids, and then you want one so bad and know you would love this child, like, unconditionally, no matter what. And you just can't get it. I don't know. I know you guys know how I feel though, and this is so hard for me, and I just want it over. It just sucks. So, Aunt Flo, if you're out there and you can hear me, just bring it on already. If you're coming, just bring it on and put me out of my misery. Okay? So there it is. Aunt Flo, I'm waiting for you. At least so I can have some closure to this cycle, because I'm just driving myself crazy here, and I'll just probably keep testing and spending out money on tons of tests because I just can't stop testing. But I'll keep you guys updated if anything changes. If Hunt Flow starts and I'm day one again or whatever happens, I'll keep you guys updated. And thank you for all supporting me. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for subscribing. I love you all. Bye.